Jai Hind students, and welcome back to your physics classes. In today's video, we are going to study about cyclones. Cyclones are one of the most disastrous and dangerous natural phenomena taking all across the world, particularly the tropical region or the region which is around the equator. Since this region is having hot and humid climate, this actually provides a favorable condition for the formation of cyclone. So in this video, we will study about the formation of cyclone, the reason behind them, and how to take precautions and safety measures to be safe from cyclones. Before proceeding, we should understand a very basic concept. Suppose if you have to melt the ice, what will you do? It's very natural that you keep it at room temperature or you provide heat to the ice so it will start melting. Now again, if you have to freeze water, what you will do? You will keep the water in the refrigerator and allow it to cool. Now when it is cooling, when the water is cooling, what is actually happening there is that the water is releasing its heat in the surrounding and hence it is forming the ice. That means when ice is gaining the energy, it is forming water, but when water is losing energy, it is forming ice. That means if anything is getting cooled down, it actually releases heat in its surrounding. A very similar example is that if you take a glass of hot milk and you keep in a room temperature for some time, it gradually cools down. What actually happens to the heat in the glass of milk? It gets radiated in the all around its surrounding. That means anything which is getting cooled down is releasing energy in the surrounding. This is an important concept in the formation of cyclone. Now let's understand how the cyclone is being formed. When the land and the ocean get heated up to a larger extent, the air which is present over them also gets heated up and rises. It also carries a lots of moisture along with it, and up in the sky it condenses to form the clouds. Now during monsoon season, the amount of cloud formation is to a larger extent. So when the water vapor cools down, it actually releases heat energy up in the atmosphere. Thus the air which is present there in between the cloud also gets heated up and rises, creating a low pressure area between the clouds. Now because of this low pressure area, the air from the higher pressure areas around the cloud tries to get inside the clouds, but due to dense clouds it's not possible, and that air from the high pressure area starts rotating around the clouds. The middle of the cloud is a low pressure and calm area, and it is also known as eye of the cyclone, whereas the storm's wind which is blowing all over the circular manner causes lots of turbulence and disturbance in that area. The low pressure area or the eye of the cyclone is a calm area. Hope you are clear how the cyclones are being formed. There have been many cyclones across the world, and in India particularly the states like Odisha and Andhra Pradesh have been frequently attacked by different cyclones. Recently Amphan was there, which has caused much destructions. Similarly, in 2017 it was Titli, and 2018 it was Fani. So there are so many cyclones almost every year coming to these coastal areas of Orissa. Cyclones have various names across the world. Though the disaster is same, it is known as depression in Europe, hurricanes in Gulf of Mexico and Western Pacific Ocean. It is known as typhoons in China and Chakravat in Indian subcontinent. And our government has to be very careful about it. Actually, there is a meteorological department in our country which predicts the weather conditions in this area. They always keep an eye on this area and they warn in advance about the cyclones which are coming on this area so that people can be taken safely to other parts.
How to survive a hurricane. Don't wait until the storm is heading your way. Survive a hurricane with these safety precautions. You will need advanced planning, flood insurance, emergency supplies, a NOAA-enabled battery-powered radio, battened down hatches, a safe room, and extreme caution. Step 1. Plan ahead. Know the location of local shelters and how you'll evacuate if you don't have a car. If you have family members with special medical needs, ask local officials if there's a registry so they can help in the event of power outages. Pick a place for family members to meet in case you become separated, and designate an out-of-town friend as the person everyone calls to report that they're safe. Get flood insurance if you don't already have it. Make sure you know how to shut off electricity, gas, and water in case you're instructed to do so. Step 2. Have the following supplies on hand at the start of hurricane season. A 3-day supply of water that provides 1 gallon per person per day, a 3-day supply of non-perishable food that doesn't require cooking, a flashlight and extra batteries, a battery-powered radio that can receive broadcasts from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, a first aid kit, and a 7-day supply of medications. The Atlantic and Central Pacific hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th. The Eastern Pacific is from May 15th through November. Step 3. If a hurricane warning is issued, meaning one is expected in the next 36 hours, bring in anything that can be tossed around by the wind. Close and board up all windows and doors with 5/8-inch marine plywood unless you have hurricane shutters. Clear rain gutters and downspouts. Trim trees and shrubs. Put your refrigerator and freezer on the coldest setting and fill your car's gas tank in case you're ordered to evacuate. Step 4. If you live on the first or second floor of a high-rise, make plans to take refuge with neighbors between floors 3 and 10 when the storm begins. Residents who live above the 10th floor should evacuate, as should mobile home dwellers and anyone living on a floodplain, near a river, or on an inland waterway. Step 5. Shortly before the storm is expected to start, fill your bathtub with water so you have an extra supply on hand. Unplug small appliances and sensitive electronics and turn off propane tanks. Step 6. When the storm starts, stay away from the windows and glass doors and avoid using the phone. Go to your home's lowest level and stay in an interior room, closet, or hallway. Have a mattress or pillow to protect your head. Monitor weather conditions on your radio and don't leave your safe place until local officials say it's okay to do so. Step 7. If you lose electricity, keep circuit breakers turned off until power is restored. Then check for frayed wires. If you see any, call the power company. Leave the house immediately if you smell gas. If you're returning home, don't enter your house if floodwaters remain around the building. You see loose power lines or structural damage, or you smell a gas leak. If you have any safety concerns at all, stay elsewhere until your home is checked by a building inspector or a structural engineer. Did you know 2/3 of the hurricanes that hit land in the United States between 1981 and 2011 struck the Gulf Coast?
Hope you have understood all the safety measures given in this video. In the next video, we will come up with question and answers of this chapter. Till then, take care, stay at home. Thank you.